In a season that started with mystifying upsets, why not end with a stupefying one? West Virginia, looking for a spot in the national championship game, just had to win the backyard brawl against Pittsburgh, came in 4-7. Pat White hurts his thumb on this play in the second quarter, comes out of the game, and in the third quarter, came out in street clothes. Vaughn Rivers returning the kick. Pittsburgh was down 7-3. West Virginia's Vaughn Rivers is stripped from behind. Panthers would score a touchdown on the ensuing drive. And later in the third, they're driving again with Sean McCoy. They call him Shady. And boy, he's the real Shady, Mayday.
Shady and shifty and takes it in for the score, 13-yard touchdown, but
an egregious holding call, Lou, on Derek Turner on the side. But Pittsburgh's defense would not be denied. Jarrett Brown in for White, fumbled, led to a field goal, Pitt up 13-7. Pat White now testing the thumb. Fourth quarter, 13-7 game. Noel Devine is loose, Lou.
He's just an explosive athlete. Right after Pitt took the lead, tremendous run back. Puts him in position on the 33-yard line.
And Pat White is into the game. A Willis Reed moment for the West Virginia leader. On the ensuing drive, he stopped short on 3rd and 5. 4th and 3, curious call, and Slayton is stuck. 9 carries, 11 yards. 11 yards for the star Mountaineer tailback. Sean McCoy on 3rd and 4 gets the first down. The second mystifying holding call.
I guess you see at the top of the screen, his hands are inside. I can't see it, but the official did after he got the first down.
Official needs to go to the optometrist. Fired, complete, White, Darius Reynaud, 20-yard gain. Next play from the 33. Patrick White trying to save his team and save national championship hopes across the yellow line. First down, but now on 3rd and 10. Perhaps it's the thumb. Bobbles the snap and gets sacked for a loss of 7. And now West Virginia's title dreams down to a 4th and 17. White looking for West Lions, and it is not close. And the high-powered Mountaineer offense, which had cut Pittsburgh to pieces the last couple of years, gets nothing. Pittsburgh pulls the stunner in the backyard brawl. 13-9 the final. West Virginia done in the national title hope chase. 3 turnovers on the night for the Mountaineers, and the Pittsburgh defense was stout throughout, and they broke Rodriguez's heart.
I thought we were ready, and we had a great week of practice, and obviously we just weren't quite clicking. And picked a bad time to play our worst game offensively in years. And but I'm still proud of them. They still won the championship and still going to the BCS Bowl. But sometimes life throws a little adversity, and we're going to have to respond from it.
You can hear the pain in Rodriguez's voice, and it has been a bizarre coincidence throughout the season, particularly since early October. The number 2 team in the country since then, 2-7. 6 of the losses to unranked teams, including this one that cost West Virginia. Underdog in most quarters to the Sooners. They'd already lost to them in the regular season. First quarter, OU down 3-0. Sam Bradford, number 1 in the nation in passing efficiency. Malcolm Kelly's his guy, 47 yards. And it was the power running game when they got it in the red zone, Mark.
And the offensive line took over this game and dominated. And check out Chris Brown. Doesn't get touched. A hat on the hat by the offensive line. It's a score for Oklahoma.
There were 3 drives in this game, Lou, where Missouri got deep in OU territory and they got stuffed, had to settle for field goals.
They really did a nice job on Chase Daniels. First time this year he did not throw a touchdown pass, although he did run the ball well.
7-6 game. Chris Brown goes in for the second time on the night. Scored 3 times in the regular season meeting. Sooners had a 14-6 lead. Here is Daniel on the keeper, as Lou mentioned. Missouri down by 2. They go for the 2, even though it's early. Hinkle wanted to get it tied up, and Jeremy Macklin, a little reverse handoff, and Martin Rucker was by himself, so we're tied at 14. But then the Sooners started to dominate Alan Patrick.
The big guys up front, a huge hole by Alan Patrick. Look at the stiff arm there. He's got the ball in the correct hand and the right hand. Takes it down for the 40-yard run.
It's getting late in the third. Sooners trying to insert themselves. That led to a touchdown, 21-14. And then Daniel is picked off by Curtis Lofton, the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, who scored a touchdown, a fumble return in the regular season game against Missouri. And Bradford looking for Jermaine Gresham. Leads the nation in touchdown receptions by a tight end. There is another one. Touchdown Oklahoma. Now it is a 2-touchdown edge. Bradford, Joe John Finley, another tight end. And Oklahoma pulled away with this thing. 11 touchdown catches for Gresham. Daniel had his first game, as Lou mentioned, without a touchdown pass. And that's now dating back 17 games to a loss last year against Oklahoma. And for all of the crazy things we've had happen this year, this is the first time in the BCS era that we've had number 1 and number 2 both lose on the final day of the season. So we have chaos. We won't have Mizzou there, so the Mad Hatter, and it sort of gives a new meaning to that term now, doesn't it? LSU taking on Tennessee. Matt Flynn, the starting quarterback, out with a shoulder injury. So Ryan Perrilloux, at one time believed to be the number 1 quarterback in the country, shows why. Demetrius Byrd catches that dart. Bayou Bengals up 13-7. Third quarter, 1st and 10. Trendon Holiday, this is only the 3rd fumble LSU's lost all year, Lou.
Well, it was a bad time to lose it. They was going in when they were ahead. It was in the 3rd quarter.
Holiday actually didn't get hit by a guy in all orange who was safe to go out hunting with all of that orange that Tennessee had on. Ran into his own guy, Charles Scott, coughed it up, and Eric Ainge, the senior, trying to lead the Vols. The SEC title for the first time since 1998. Josh Briscoe, and it's touchdown Tennessee. Give him 6. Volunteers up by 1. But then Ainge in the 4th quarter, error in judgment. Pick 6. Jonathan Zenon, Tigers up by 7. But Tennessee was on the move, Mark, when Ainge dumps it to Arian Foster, and Foster makes a huge play.
And a nice play by Arian Foster. He gets good blocking down the field. The play takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
But on the very next play, Ainge, who threw for 249 yards but 2 fourth-quarter picks, apparently never saw Derry Beckworth, and LSU beats Tennessee 21-14. The Tigers are champions of the SEC. They win 11 games again, and now they're in line perhaps to play for the national championship. But of course, in the postgame, much of the discussion still on Les Miles and his decision.
It's very difficult for me to take another job if I'm not talking to anybody. And I said that. And I'm very fortunate to represent LSU. It's a great place. It's got everything. My family's happy. They said they want me. Chancellor said they want me. We got great support. Board of Supervisors have done anything that we need. You know, give us every opportunity at victory. And very special place. I'm glad to be home. I will always be a Michigan man. I will always root for the next head coach there. I will wear those colors. When it comes down to the Ohio-Michigan game, I'm going to root and pull for the blue, and they will eventually win that game. But that's a proud tradition, and they have to do the things they have to do. I'm for them, and if there's any way I can help them, I'd love to help them. But I'm not going there. And it saddens me at times. Can't be in 2 places. I got a great place.
Finish between Hawaii and Washington. Hawaii looking to go to 12-0. They were down 28-7. It was 28-21 when Colt Brennan does that. Jason Rivers, great catch. 4th touchdown of the game for Rivers, tying it at 28. Under a minute to go, Brennan back to Ryan Grice Mullen. Hawaii goes up 35-28. They're celebrating, but hold on. Washington wasn't dead yet. At their own 47, Jake Locker going deep to Marcel Reese, who makes the catch inside the 5. Uh-oh, Colt Brennan. Hope your defense can make one more stop. The 2nd and goal from the 6, 12 seconds to go. Locker looking for Reese again. The ball goes up in the air. It's tipped and picked off by Ryan Mouton. Great job by Gerard Lewis to knock the ball loose. Mouton picking it off. Hawaii can celebrate now their first 12-0 season. Colt Brennan does the job. 5 touchdown passes, 42 of 50 for 442 yards. Hawaii 12-0 for the first time in school history. And boy, maybe they will get their first BCS Bowl berth. Check it out on the BCS Bowl Selection Special, which you can see on ESPN at 8 Eastern, and see if they can accomplish it.
ACC Championship game, Virginia Tech and Boston College. Winner headed to the Orange Bowl first quarter. You see the Eagles of Jeff Jagodzinski running onto the field. Tyrod Taylor. Ball winds up in the hands of Thorpe finalist Jamie Silva, who houses it. BC up 7-0. Second quarter, BC up 10-7, and Matt Ryan showing the wheels, Lou.
He does. He does a good job of spreading here. Once again, it just shows when you're in a shotgun, a running quarterback presents a lot of problems.
Tell you something that really turned this game, though. BC had the extra point blocked. Virginia Tech returned it for 2. Sean Glennon right before the half. Josh Hyman, Glennon's second touchdown pass, and look, BC had dominated this game up to this point, and instead of having a lead, they were tied at halftime. Now in the fourth quarter, Glennon right down the seam to Eddie Royal. Royal match up with the Thorpe finalist. Silva got twisted around. Virginia Tech 23-16. You know, Matt Ryan led the late 2 drives in Blacksburg to break Virginia Tech's heart in the regular season. But this time, Ryan has the pass tip. Xavier Adibi, pick 6. Virginia Tech, the ACC champions. Hokies headed to the Orange Bowl, 30-16. They beat Boston College. UCLA and USC. Trojans needed to win to go to the Rose Bowl. First quarter, it is scoreless. The Trojan defense getting it done. Marquis puts it on the ground, and Keith Rivers there to recover. Mark.
Nice job by Keith Rivers, a heads-up play. One of the best linebackers in the country.
Best set of linebackers many believe in the country belong to Pete Carroll's Trojans. Joe McKnight, one of the top freshmen in the country, dancing in to put USC up 7-0. Then it was Chauncey Washington. Those two guys combined for 160 yards on the ground as SC has turned into a power running team that really relies on its defense to win games. Patrick Cowan to Dominique Johnson. That's as good a catch as we've seen all year.
Oh, without a doubt. He goes up, and just a nice drive by UCLA just before the half to get on the scoreboard.
But John David Booty finding Fred Davis for the touchdown, and the big tight end who's improved his stock this year. USC 24-7. They are headed to the Rose Bowl. Oregon and Oregon State. Dennis Dixon on Senior Day introduced to the crowd. 109 to go. 35-yard field goal attempt, and Oregon's Walter Thurman comes through and blocks it. We are tied at 28. Home team has won the last 10 in this one, and the men in the fluorescent colors hanging in. Now a 53-yard field goal attempt. Oregon trying to take the lead. Matt Evanson missed it wide right, but there is a flag on the play. See, we're under a half minute to go here. Evanson is trying to win the game. Personal foul. So now under 20 seconds to go, and see Justin Robert takes a knee to get in the middle of the field. One of the young quarterbacks that Bellatti's been forced to play with all of the injuries. So now Ducks rush the field goal unit on. Evanson counts the guys. He's got to get set. Kick, kick, kick. 5, 4, 3. They got the snap, place, hold, kick. Oh! Just off, and we're going to overtime. In fact, we went to double overtime. 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Beavers. James Rogers got the corner. Somebody lost contain. Oregon State 38-31. Ensuing Ducks possession, 4th and 1. Jonathan Stewart. Oh, he hesitated just a moment, and Oregon State with top rush defenses all season long, #1 in the nation against the run, stuffed him. Oregon State wins 38-31. Arizona and Arizona State. Rudy Carpenter, Tyrese Thompson. That was Tebow-esque, Lou.
Very, very nice, but it doesn't matter. Overhand, underhand, it's a touchdown.
Carpenter for Chris McGahey.
Oh,
He caught the backside of the ball. That takes skill.
unbelievable body control. Look at the athleticism. Comes back over the body.
Unbelievable.
Come on. And in bounds. Great catch. Led to a field goal. How did you not score a touchdown after that catch? Carpenter to Michael Jones. And Arizona State was pushed by Mike Stoops' team. Erickson wins it 10-2. They're in line perhaps for a BCS bid, 20-6. Conference USA Championship game, Tulsa and UCF, University of Central Florida, and the Golden Knights star running back Kevin Smith of UCF put on a show. 284 yards and 4 touchdowns. All you have to know about his season for the nation's leading rusher, 2,448 yards for single season. He sits between Barry Sanders, who had the best, and Marcus Allen, who was third. What do you like about Kevin Smith?
Oh, he's tough, he's durable, and the people at UCF in Central Florida and the whole state cannot understand why he doesn't get the publicity he deserves. He's a great back. He does it week in and week out.
They don't like the fact that he's not up for the Doak Walker anymore either. What do you think of him, Mark?
Well, he should be because he has it all. He's got the total package here. He runs for a 74-yard touchdown, even with the face mask on the play. But what's great about him, he's got vision, he's got speed. And the thing is, when he hits the hole, he's going to make positive yards. He's a complete package running back.
UCF champions, Conference USA 44-20. One of the great spectacles in all of college football. Army and Navy meeting for the 108th time. Navy trying to win 6 in a row in the series. That has never been done. It's a 7-3 Navy lead, and after the Army field goal, Reggie Campbell is gone. Perhaps, guys, he's running all the way to the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl.
And that's a good bowl to be.
It'll be the first bowl of the bowl season. We'll be there. Navy's going to be there. Navy's going to be there for the winning streak against Army. The option pitch, Reggie Campbell going in. Navy wins it 38-3 to finish off an 8-4 season, and they await their opponents in the Mountain West Conference. Cal and Stanford, the 25th anniversary of the play, the kickoff return that Stanford people believe should never happen. Jim Harbaugh getting his first taste of the rivalry. TC Ostrander to Mark Bradford, who caught the winning touchdown pass against USC. Stanford takes the early 7-0 lead. Later in the first, Nate Longshore to Robert Jordan made a.
And a nice pass by Longshore, but look at Jordan wide open with a post pattern touchdown. Cal.
Third quarter, still 13-10 Stanford. Tavita Pritchard, Austin Gunder, the Cardinal up 20-10. Fourth quarter, Nate Longshore, who's really had his struggles in the fourth quarter, the pick. Harbaugh thrilled. Stanford wins the big game 20-13.
BYU taking on San Diego State University. Bronco Mendenhall squad seeking its second straight season with an unbeaten record in the Mountain West Conference. Max Hall fighting the fabulous freshman Harvey Unga. 7-0 BYU. And then second quarter, 3-point game. Hall floating it to Austin Carley. Carley in the end zone. One-handed grab. It's a 20-10 game. But it was 20-13 BYU when that guy again, Unga, 161 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. Nice. And then Hall finding Dennis Pita on the sideline, diving into the end zone for the score. BYU, congrats to them, 8-0 in conference play this year. 48-27 the final.